This morning on Today's Money, family budget secrets from the cheapest family in America. If you need to kickstart your 2011 budget, the Economides family is back again to share some of their secrets. When it comes to being thrifty, the Economides family corners the market.
These cuts of meat are going out of code, which means they're going to be expired in a couple of days. You can get great deals.
Steve, Annette, and their 5 children take frugality to the extreme.
We spend $350 a month for groceries, and that includes toiletries, paper goods,
Cleaning products, personal care items, and of course, all the food.
It goes well beyond strategic shopping.
The shirt's $7.
For Halloween, they took the cost out of costume.
I got this dress for $5.99, this tiara for $2.50.
And during the holidays, they celebrated with cheap cheer.
Every year we make our own wrapping paper.
In this household, frugal is fun.
Being known as America's cheapest family means that we get the best quality for the least price. I actually think we're pretty smart.
If she does say so herself. Steve and Annette Economides are the authors of America's Cheapest Family. Get you right on the money and cut your grocery bill in half. And they are here along with 2 of their kids, Becky and Abby, who are also cheap. Good morning to all of you guys. We're talking about a budget today, the family budget. You say it is critical. Why is it critical to map out the budget in advance?
It's so important. This is the single most effective tool for saving money in the world, and that's how we paid off our first house in 9 years and paid cash for all our cars. It works. Every business has a budget because they're tasked with turning a profit, and American families need to do the same thing.
And girls, you have grown up now in this family, and you have budgets of your own. Even though you still live with mom and dad, you keep your own budgets at this point.
We think of it more as a spending plan because most people don't like the word budget, but it's basically taking what we earn every week and allocating it, saving in advance for things like a car or car insurance or something like redoing your room. Just planning in advance and setting aside that money.
Okay, so you have some tips that you want to share with people today, easy ways for effective budgeting. Steve, let's start with you. The first one has to do with 3 envelopes.
The simplest budget for anyone to start with is take the 3 areas that are most commonly overspent, which is food, clothing, and recreation, and protect the rest of your earnings by saying, I'm only going to take so much money in cash every paycheck, put it in those envelopes, and when the cash is gone, you stop spending. It's so objective.
But how do you determine how much money to put in each envelope?
You know, a budget is a live thing, and so you're going to have to test a little bit. But maybe if you're spending $100 a month on recreation right now, you say you want to save some money, try $50, and if it works, great. If not, change it, but it's going to protect the rest of your money.
And because you see that money going out of your hands, you know it's just a tangible thing. Okay, second strategy, you and Annette, to jumpstart a budget is to sell anything that you currently aren't using, and you mean anything in your home.
Well, it could be anything like athletic equipment, musical instruments, books, CDs, DVDs, all that stuff can be sold online, and it's amazing how you can just take things around the house and turn them into cash.
But do you use that rule, like with clothes, if you haven't worn it in a year, you're not going to wear it, that kind of rule with things?
It depends on the item. I mean, obviously, if it's a fancy dress and there isn't always an occasion, you might want to hold on to that.
But the whole point is generate as much cash as you can to either fund half a month's worth of your mortgage, your food, or whatever, or pay off debt.
Right. Okay.
You have the assets.
The next budget strategy is learn a skill to cut out an expense, like maybe learn how to cut hair so you don't have to go to the hairdresser.
Absolutely. Simple plumbing things like replace a leaky toilet, a leaky faucet, making birthday cakes. I mean, you figure if there's 4 people in an average family and you learn to make a birthday cake, you can save $60 a year just with that one strategy alone.
If you fix a plumbing problem and don't have to call a plumber, you've saved $100 to $150. If it takes you 2 hours to fix a toilet, you're making $75 an hour. That's worth doing.
So you get one of those books, Plumbing for Dummies or whatever it is? Or?
Go online. There's all kinds of websites. You can go to a home improvement store. They'll tell you how to do it. There's all kinds of people that'll help you.
And you also say to invest in cost-cutting tools and technology. Like
Absolutely,
what?
Like doing your own yard work, doing your own house cleaning, doing your own gardening.
Get a crock pot. The crock pot saves you all kinds of money for cooking. You can, instead of going out to dinner, you put the meal in the crock pot in the morning, you come home, it's ready for you. Get a freezer. A freezer is like banking all of the deals you pick up at the grocery store. We bought some top sirloin for $1.50 a pound, bought 34 pounds of it, put it in the freezer, and we ate it for 3 months. It saves you money.
You also say programmable thermostats is a good
Correct.
idea, and you get those
Especially
online?
Yes, if mom and dad both work and they're all gone from the house during the day, a programmable thermostat can adjust the temperatures, drop the temperature in the house, and then turn it back up like a half hour before you get home.
We bought 2 of those on eBay for $60. They were normally $100 a piece.
And what do you think they've saved you?
Probably about $300 or $400 a year.
Wow.
So
Okay,
it
so it does
saves
make
money.
a big difference. And you've written about this, that you say every family can cut their grocery bill in half.
Absolutely. Simple things like planning a menu, shopping less at the store. The less you shop, the more you save. Learning to cook a few simple things at home. All those things add up.
Now, how did your parents convince you? Because this is where you were brought up. What's the trick? Because there are other parents out there going, how am I going to convince my kids to be good savers and budgeters?
When we were younger, we didn't really have a choice. But then as we grew up, we saw that, well, we could spend all our money on one thing, but then what if another thing comes up that we want to spend our money on? What if we want to go see a movie with our friends, then we don't have any money? So then we can't go. So then we see that this really is a lifestyle that is beneficial to everyone, and I think parents need to embrace that. And if they're not excited, then their kids won't be excited about it.
Well, you guys are. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
I have one more thought to share
Okay,
about
quick.
budgeting and finances. You know, life is not about how good you look on the outside. It is about how healthy you are on the inside. And financial health is an important component for life.
All right, the Economides family, thank you so much. It's giving you the little nod. That was good. That was a good one. Up next, it really was.